Whether you're experiencing joint pain in your back, hips, knees, or anywhere else in your body, you must stop treating the symptoms. Things like stretching, foam rolling, physical therapy appointments, pills, and surgeries are not the answer to your problem. Movement is, and in this video, I am not going to give you a quick fix. I am going to give you the 5 fundamental movements that I use to eliminate joint pain in my own body. So let's start with the one that addresses the biggest problem most people have. Number 1, the hip hinge. This is the Romanian deadlift pattern, and it's the movement most people have completely lost. Every time you bend over to pick something up, tie your shoes, or grab something off the ground, you should be hinging at your hips. But most people bend from their lower back instead, which is why back pain is so common. The hip hinge teaches your body to load your glutes and hamstrings instead of your spine, and it strengthens the exact muscles that protect your lower back from injury. If you get lower back pain when you bend over, if your hamstrings feel tight all the time, if you're worried about throwing your back out doing simple tasks, then this is where we start. The secret is you don't need heavy weight. You just need to practice the pattern daily and build strength gradually. This movement was second nature when you were younger, but years of sitting and poor movement patterns have erased it from your nervous system. You need to teach your body this pattern again. So whether you're using a light dumbbell, a kettlebell, or even just a broomstick at first, you want to practice the hip hinge movement pattern every single day. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Push your hips back like you're trying to close a car door with your butt. Keep your back straight, not rounded. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings as you push your hips back. Your knees can bend slightly, but the movement comes from your hips, not your knees or your back. Lower the weight down along your legs until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, usually somewhere around mid-shin. Then drive your hips forward to stand back up. Squeeze your glutes hard at the top. That glute squeeze is crucial because it teaches your body to use your posterior chain, which takes pressure off your spine and protects your lower back. I would strongly suggest that you start with 3 sets of 10 reps using light weight and focus purely on the movement pattern. You're not trying to lift heavy, you're teaching your nervous system how to hinge properly. Over time, as the pattern becomes automatic and your hamstrings and glutes get stronger, you can gradually add more weight. But the pattern always comes first. The hip hinge is one of the most protective movements you can learn because it takes stress off your spine and puts it where it belongs, in your hips and legs. When you hinge properly, your spine stays neutral and stable while your hips do all the work. This is how your body is designed to move. But when you lose this pattern and start bending from your back instead, you're asking your spine to handle loads. It was never meant to carry. That's when disc problems, muscle strains, and chronic pain develop. By relearning the hip hinge through RDLs, you're not just building stronger hamstrings and glutes. You're teaching your body the fundamental movement pattern that keeps your back safe in everyday life. Every time you pick up groceries, lift a box, or play with your kids, you'll automatically hinge at your hips instead of bending from your back. This single pattern change eliminates the cause of most lower back pain. Number 2 is the deep squat hold. This isn't a leg day squat where you're trying to build massive quads. This is your resting position. Every child can do this naturally, but most adults lose it completely. Deep squatting decompresses your spine, opens your hips, stretches your lower back, trains your knees to handle loads safely, and restores ankle mobility that most people have lost. If your hips feel tight, if you get lower back pain, if your knees crack and hurt, if you can't get down on the ground and back up easily, then this movement is essential. The secret is you don't have to hold it perfectly, you just have to sit in it daily. Let gravity do the work and teach your body what it forgot. This is supposed to be a resting position, not an exercise. Your ancestors used this position constantly throughout the day, and you should be integrating this into your daily life too. So whether you're waiting for something, watching TV, or just taking a break, you want to build up time in this deep squat position. You don't have to sit as deep as possible right away. What you can do is make the movement easier by elevating your heels on a book or weight plate, holding onto a door frame or countertop for support, or even sitting on a low box or stool at first. The point is to spend time in the bottom position and let your body adapt. Over time, as you get more comfortable, as your mobility improves, and as the movement feels more natural, you'll be able to sit deeper and hold the position longer without support. This will become a natural resting position that you use throughout the day. I would strongly suggest that you start with 5 minutes total per day of squatting, broken up into smaller chunks, and accumulate time until you get to a point where you're squatting for 20 to 30 minutes throughout the day. Now that might sound like a lot, but remember, you're not doing this all at once. You might squat for 2 minutes while you're on your phone, another 3 minutes while you're waiting for dinner to cook, another minute while you're putting on your shoes. It adds up quickly when you make it part of your daily routine instead of a formal exercise. The deep squat is incredibly powerful for joint health because it forces your ankles, knees, and hips to move through their complete range of motion. When you sit in chairs all day, these joints get locked into limited positions. They forget how to move properly. The connective tissue gets stiff and restricted. And then when you try to do something active, everything hurts because your joints have lost their natural mobility. By sitting in a deep squat regularly, you're teaching your body that these positions are safe and natural. You're lubricating your joints with synovial fluid. You're improving blood flow to compressed areas. And most importantly, you're restoring movement capacity that your body needs to stay pain-free and functional as you age. Number 3 is loaded carries, specifically farmer's walks. This movement builds full body strength and stability in the most functional way possible. You're not isolating one muscle group. You're training your entire body to work together to carry weight while moving, which is exactly what you need in real life. Farmer's walks strengthen your grip, which research shows is one of the strongest predictors of overall health and longevity. They build your core stability by forcing your deep abdominal muscles to keep you upright and prevent you from leaning or twisting. They improve your posture by strengthening your upper back and shoulder stabilizers, and they build the kind of strength that actually transfers to daily activities like carrying groceries, moving furniture, or picking up your grandkids. If you have poor posture, if your grip feels weak, if your core doesn't feel stable, if you get tired easily from simple physical tasks, then loaded carries are essential. The beauty of this movement is it's completely scalable. You can start with light dumbbells or even just heavy bags and gradually build up to heavier weights as you get stronger. Here's how to do them properly. Pick up a moderately heavy weight in each hand, something you can hold but that challenges your grip. Stand tall with your shoulders pulled back and down, like you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Keep your core braced tight, like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. Now walk forward with controlled, deliberate steps. Don't rush. The goal is to maintain perfect posture and core tension while moving. Walk for 30 to 45 seconds, set the weights down, rest for a minute, then repeat. Do 3 to 4 sets. As you get stronger, you can increase the weight, increase the distance, or decrease your rest time. The key is maintaining perfect form throughout the entire carry. If your shoulders start rolling forward or your core starts sagging, the weight is too heavy or you need more rest. Now, before we move on to exercise 4, let me address something important. If you're dealing with chronic aches and pains, stiff joints, or you feel like your body just doesn't move the way it used to, you're not alone. Most people accept these problems as just part of aging. But what if there was a simple step-by-step system that could help you move pain-free again? I created Reboot Your Body specifically for people struggling with these exact issues. It's a 30-day program designed to restore the movement and strength you've lost so you can play with your kids or grandkids, get through your day without constant aching, and feel confident in your body again. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Loaded carries work because they train stability under load in a dynamic environment. You're not lying on the ground doing crunches. You're standing upright, carrying weight and moving, which is exactly how your body needs to function in the real world. This trains all the small stabilizer muscles throughout your body to work together to keep you balanced and upright. The core engagement you get from farmer's walks is far superior to traditional ab exercises because you're training your core to actually stabilize your spine, which is its primary job. Your transverse abdominis and obliques have to fire constantly to prevent you from twisting or leaning. This builds real functional core strength that protects your back and improves your movement in everything you do. Number 4 is slow step downs. This exercise builds eccentric single leg control, which is one of the most important movement patterns for knee health and injury prevention. Most knee pain comes from weak, unstable muscles that can't control your body weight on one leg. Every time you walk downstairs, step off a curb, or change direction quickly, you're loading one leg at a time. If you can't control that movement, your knee joint takes excessive stress and eventually develops pain. Slow step downs fix this by strengthening your quads, glutes, and all the small stabilizer muscles around your knee and hip in the exact pattern they need to protect your joints. This movement also improves your balance and proprioception, which is your body's awareness of where it is in space. Better balance means fewer missteps and a lower risk of falls and injuries. If your knees hurt going downstairs, if you feel unstable on one leg, if your knees cave inward when you squat or lunge, then this movement is critical. Here's how to do it. Stand on a box, step, or stair that's about knee height. Shift all your weight onto one leg. The other foot should be hovering off the edge of the step. Now slowly lower the hovering foot toward the ground by bending the knee of your standing leg. Take at least 3 to 5 seconds to lower down. Control is everything here. Don't just drop down quickly. Your standing knee should stay tracking over your toes the entire time. Don't let it cave inward. Once your hovering foot lightly touches the ground, push back up to the starting position using only your standing leg. Do 8 to 10 reps on one leg, then switch to the other leg. Do 3 sets on each side. If this is too difficult at first, use a lower step or hold onto a railing for light support. The goal is to eventually do these with perfect control and no assistance. The eccentric phase of movement, when you're lowering down, is where most injuries happen because that's when your muscles are under the most stress. By training this phase specifically with slow step downs, you're building strength exactly where you need it most. Your muscles learn to control load safely, your tendons get stronger and more resilient, and your nervous system learns proper movement patterns that keep your knees stable. Most people only think about building strength in the lifting phase of exercises. They want to lift heavier weight or do more reps, but the lowering phase is actually more important for injury prevention and joint health. Slow step downs force you to focus on this eccentric control, which builds the kind of strength that actually protects your joints in real life. And number 5 is cat-camel spinal wave mobility. Now, most people have completely locked up spines from sitting all day. Your spine is designed to flex and extend smoothly through all its segments, but modern life has turned most people's spines into rigid, stiff poles that can barely move. This lack of spinal mobility creates compensation patterns that lead to back pain, neck pain, and poor posture. The cat-camel movement, also called spinal waves, restores segmental spinal mobility. It teaches each vertebra to move independently and smoothly. It improves the health of your spinal discs by pumping fluid in and out of them, and it reduces compression and stiffness throughout your entire back. You're going to feel looser, you'll move more freely, and your chronic back tension will start to disappear. Here's how to do it. Get on your hands and knees in a quadruped position. Your hands should be under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Start with the cat position. Round your entire spine up toward the ceiling, starting from your tailbone and moving up through your lower back, mid-back, and neck. Tuck your chin and really exaggerate that rounding. Hold for a second at the top. Now transition into the camel position. Drop your belly toward the floor, arch your lower back, lift your chest, and look up slightly. Move slowly through your entire spine, creating a smooth wave of movement from your tailbone to your neck. The key is moving through each segment of your spine individually, not just hinging at one spot. Go back and forth between cat and camel positions for 10 to 15 reps. Moving slowly and smoothly, focus on creating a fluid wave through your entire spine. Do this twice a day, morning and evening. It only takes 2 minutes, but the impact on your spine health is enormous. The cat-camel movement works because it trains your spine to move the way it's supposed to. Most people are stuck in one position all day, usually slightly flexed forward from sitting. Their spine forgets how to extend, rotate, and move freely. This creates stiffness, pain, and vulnerability to injury because when you finally do ask your spine to move, it can't respond properly. By practicing spinal waves daily, you're maintaining the mobility and health of your spine. You're keeping your discs hydrated and healthy, you're preventing the stiffness that leads to chronic pain, and you're teaching your nervous system that spinal movement is safe, which reduces the protective tension and bracing that often causes pain. Let me give you a simple daily routine. Spend 15 to 20 minutes on these 5 movements. Start with 10 RDLs to wake up your posterior chain and teach proper hinging. Then spend 2 minutes in a deep squat hold, either all at once or broken into smaller chunks. Do 3 sets of 45-second farmer's walks with moderate weight. Perform 3 sets of 8 step downs on each leg, focusing on slow, controlled movement. Finish with 15 cat-camel spinal waves, moving slowly and mindfully through your entire spine. That's your daily practice, 15 to 20 minutes. Consistency is what matters, not intensity. You're not trying to destroy yourself or set records. You're simply teaching your body how to move properly again. You're restoring patterns and building strength in the exact areas that prevent pain. If you want to improve your quality of life, not just now, but for decades to come, start doing these movements daily. Make them as essential as brushing your teeth. Your body needs movement to stay healthy and pain-free. These 5 exercises give you exactly the movement you need in the most efficient way possible. No fluff, no unnecessary exercises, just the fundamental patterns that matter most.